Good morning, EDU 100 students. Welcome to the course. And for those of you who are new to the secondary education department, welcome to secondary ed. My name is Dr. Amber Pabone, and I'm faculty here. Just to give you a little bit about my background, I was a classroom teacher for about 10 years. I taught English, 7th and 8th grade. And then I was a literacy staff developer, which means that I taught teachers how to teach literacy in urban classrooms in New York City. I've been here at Kutztown. This is my second year here, but I have been faculty, I've been a professor for about 7 years, teaching new teachers and teaching practicing teachers and teaching doctoral students. And I'm also a researcher in education. My research includes the life histories, the narratives of teachers in urban schools, and also teaching literacy to to future teachers. So just wanted to share a little bit about myself. And this video also, I'm just going to sort of go through the syllabus for this course, and that is posted online in content. So just very briefly, please make sure that you check out the syllabus in writing for yourselves and read through that carefully. And if you have questions, you can feel free to contact me. My office is in 232 Beakey, and so that's right down the right-hand hallway. My office hours are Mondays from 11:30 to 1:30, and got a phone ringing, sorry. Tuesdays from 12 to 2:30, and Wednesdays from 1:30 to 4. I can also meet via online via an application called Zoom, so we can meet face to face. Zoom is a bit like Skype, so if you can't meet in person, we can meet via Zoom, or we can meet by appointment. In terms of this course, the course provides an introduction to the U.S. public education system. I know it says American, but as we know, American does not just mean the United States. So we're focused on the U.S. context, and to the teaching profession. So the historical, philosophical, sociological, and political perspectives about education will be investigated. So we'll be breaking down, we'll be talking very specifically about what those four terms mean. We say history, philosophy, sociology, and politics all the time, but what does that mean relative to education? So this study in this course will be focusing on the relationships between economic, cultural, and political forces that affect education. And again, we're going to be breaking down, we're going to be deconstructing those terms. The purpose of this course, why do we study the foundations of education? Well, we study the foundations of education so that we have, as future teachers, or those of you who are interested potentially in becoming teachers, or for even those of you who are taking this course as an elective, we need to know our history so that we can inform our present and make better decisions about the future. So that is sort of the rationale for taking the course, and you'll be introduced to the Kutztown School of Education model, or College of Education, model of being a lifelong learner, and what that means as a teacher, and frankly what that means as a citizen, right, in this body politic. This model has a strong emphasis on liberal, progressive education, and also on social justice education, and that's going to tie in to one of the first readings in the course that I'm going to discuss in a subsequent video. So the rationale for this course is a big emphasis on teachers becoming change agents, right, and advocates for the profession and also for students, right, because these are the folks that we're serving. So the course objectives are also listed on page 1 and go into page 9. I want to make sure that you read I want you to make sure that you read those carefully. I won't review them here in this video, but I will be referring to them throughout the course and explaining what assignments and what tasks that you're doing align with what particular objective, because all the work that we do in this course is going to be aligned with the objective. The text for this course, if you haven't picked it up yet, is called Teaching to Change the World. It is the latest edition, published in 2018. It is the 5th edition. The last time I checked, it was available in the library, and obviously you have other vendors who can provide that text, or from whom you can purchase that text. Additional readings and media will be uploaded on D2L as appropriate. But 2 of them are there now. That's the Sensoy and D'Angelo reading, which is called Is Everyone Really Equal? And it's actually a chapter from the book Is Everyone Really Equal? So that's uploaded, and that's a part of your reading, and I'll again discuss that in a subsequent video. And then you also have a chapter from Sleeter and Grant from the book Making Choices for Multicultural Education. You'll notice that I refer to authors by their last names. So you'll see that I say Oakes et al. That means Oakes, who's the author, Jeannie Oakes, and all of her and all of the other authors in her text. And if there's just 2 authors of a text, then I say both names. So Sensoy and D'Angelo, Sleeter and Grant, Oakes. There are 4 authors, so Oakes et al. And you'll see that written in your calendar, or you'll see that written on D2L. Some of the policies that I'm sure you've discussed in your other classes, but I just want to make sure that you attend to. So if you need, so those are also on page 2 at the bottom of the syllabus. So if there are accommodations that you need, please contact the Office of Service to Americans with Disabilities here on campus. The director's phone number is listed. The policy is that office contacts me and provides me with a letter explaining what accommodations are necessary for you. So, but I also will follow up with that office to make sure I collect those letters, because I have not received any as of today. Academic honesty is a second college policy, a university policy, and a personal policy. And I'm at the top of page 3. And I'm just going to read here. Any acts of academic dishonesty by students, such as plagiarism on papers or cheating on exams, or they threaten to really undermine the educational and ethical goals of the university for all students. So this is very, very serious. And there is a policy that I have to follow for instances of plagiarism. At the same time, this course is developmental in nature and is not designed as a gotcha. So there should be no reason and really very little room to plagiarize in the course. But if you're having some issues, if you're struggling, and oftentimes that can be connected to plagiarizing, please contact me early for support. And then you also have support, and I'm moving down to number 4 on page 3. You also have support from the Writing Center. The Writing Center is great. You can contact them if you need support with your writing. And make an appointment. They also can work with you over the phone. They can work with you online. And there is tutoring offered in the library, and they have selected hours. You probably won't need tutoring for this course, but if you choose to avail yourself of that service, it is possible for you. The last sort of university policy that I want to make sure that I underscore in this video is the policy on discrimination. So we have a non-discrimination policy at this university relative to the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and several educational amendments and the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. So what does that all mean? That means that the university is committed to eliminating discrimination based on race, religion, color, national origin, ancestry, sex, gender, age, or disability. And that is in compliance with university policy. So as a faculty member, and for those of you who are future teachers, right, you want to be thinking about this. We are what's called mandated reporters. Teachers are mandated reporters. So I must report incidents of gender-based crimes, including sexual assault, sexual harassment, stalking, dating violence, domestic violence. So if you disclose that to me, then that's something that I have to report. So I'm here to support you for sure, but we do have a policy against that. And there's also the Public Safety Office who can help you if you choose to speak with them. And then you also can avail yourself to Jesus Pena, Mr. Jesus Pena, and he can support you if there are instances that are bias incidences or violence incidents in your life. So we're here to support you if that is something that occurs. There's course policies that are on page 4. So moving on to page 4. And I just want to say very clearly about these course policies. So your assignments, it's important that your assignments are completed on the due date. So you'll see those clearly posted, and those are reviewed. And so if an assignment is a day late, that's a 2-point deduction for that assignment. 2 days late is a 5-point deduction. 3 days late is 10-point deduction. So in an assignment that's more than 3 days late could be further penalized or not accepted at all. So be sure to contact me, communicate with me if you're having trouble with an assignment, and do so early before you submit it late. Makeup assignments and extra credit are typically not offered. If there are extenuating circumstances, an emergency, a serious illness that arises during the semester, please contact me as soon as possible to discuss those matters. When you communicate with me, we're going to be communicating largely through these videos, which is a one-way communication, and through email. So make sure that you include the appropriate details. So in your subject line, you should be putting EDU 8. Your section is 810, I believe. And if that's an error, please correct me. So put your section for your course in your email in the subject line so that I know which class that you're in, and then you don't have to explain that you're in the online section of my class. I don't answer emails from Gmail or other accounts, so use your Kutztown email because other accounts could be spam. So you got to be careful about that. I typically respond to emails within 24 hours, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So if it's after hours or on a weekend, please provide and please be patient for additional time for me to get in touch with you. But I do try to be as responsive as possible, as fast as possible. But I ask for your patience if it's after 5 p.m. or if it's on a weekend. My preferred gender pronoun is she or her, and I like to be referred to as Dr. Pabon or Professor Pabon. So it's great to get an email that says Dr. Pabon, comma, and then sort of explaining what question that you have or what help that you need. I'm going to come back to grading when we in a subsequent video, but technology is something that's important for this course. There's two forms of technology that you'll be needing, which is TaskStream, and also obviously you'll need to be using D2L. TaskStream is handled by the dean's office and by the secondary ed office. So you'll be getting further information about how to use TaskStream and how to complete your ed exploration hours and your stage requirements for those of you who are going to be in students in secondary education in terms of the stage requirements. So stay tuned for that information. You may have received emails from the dean's office or from our graduate assistant, Anna Rittenhouse. So that is their domain. And I've put some information here about support for using TaskStream, but there will also be some workshops, some videos, and some other resources that are created by that department. So I typically don't have answers about TaskStream because that's handled, even though you'll be using it within the course, that's handled through one of our, a sort of a separate department within the college. D2L also is the tool that we use to make this course go. And so if you need support with D2L, that phone number is on the on your syllabus as well. The folks at D2L are wonderful. They're available to answer questions all the time. If you see some discrepancies that I've created with D2L, know that I've probably noticed them and I'm fixing things and sort of tinkering with things all the time to make your experience as good as possible. So assume good intentions and give me a second to make any make any corrections. But please, you know, feel free if there's still some error that doesn't make sense, that's long-standing, you know, reach out to me and let me know. If you can't find a function in D2L, then or don't know how to use a function in D2L, please contact them directly because they are your IT support. I hope that this sort of introductory video is helpful. And again, feel free to contact me at pabon@kutztown.edu or via office hours that are listed on the syllabus, or we can work via appointment. Okay, have a great day. Thank you.